Hello there dear sushies, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host whatsuchaes, and today's video is, you guessed it, another boring and popular K-pop opinions. I know some of y'all hate unpopular K-pop opinions, but I just really wanted to make one, because I have a lot to say. Keep in mind that you can disagree with these opinions. Nobody has the same opinions, and is okay to disagree, but please don't be straight up rude and disrespectful. Everyone is allowed to have an opinion, and my opinions are not to spread any hate or be rude. So with that out of the way, let's get started, shall we? The thing with Twice's choreographies is that they have the most memorable and iconic movements ever. Every single one of their choreographies has a distinctive and memorable movements that just everybody knows about. They know how to make their choreographies fit the song. By making this addictive move in their choreography, people will most likely remember this move and would like to come back and listen to the song because of the iconic dance. And this is absolutely genius. Twice have a way to make their songs more known, and is because of their choreographies they find different catchy movements that can have a big impact and will make people come back and listen to the song. You can't tell me that you don't know Twice's Dance the Night Away choreo, or Yes choreo, or Like Eyes choreo, and even Signals choreo. All of their choreographies are super memorable and catchy. This is why I think that Twice have the best choreographies among girl groups, because they always have an iconic movement in their choreographies that just makes everyone get addicted. What K-pop fans don't seem to understand is that a fandom plays such a big role to the group's image. Fans that don't like the toxic environment that some toxic fans in the fandom set, it is understandable why they would get tired of being portrayed as a toxic fandom. When some fans aren't toxic, these could lead to fans just straight up unstanning the group, but is not because they hate the group, but because of the fandom. K-pop fandoms need to stop with their toxicity, because they literally ruined the group when groups don't even have fault for their fans' actions. But even though it's not the group's fault, unstanning because of the fandom could be because the toxicity that fans can spread to quote unquote protect their group could be seen as if the group attracts the toxicity because the fandom would be super toxic to others who have said something about their favorite group that is not even bad and don't let others have an opinion. That's why fans should be the ones to improve and mature, not the groups, because they don't have any fault, and some fans just get tired of being surrounded by that toxic environment. That the only way to break free of the fandom is to unstand the group, because they won't be involved with the fandom, even if they don't pay attention to the fandom, and keep standing the group. A fan can still be surrounded by the toxicity of other fans, because they are literally everywhere around the group's activities, especially online. That's why some fans have no other choice but to unstand a group, so they don't get involved with all the toxicity of the K-pop group's fandom. I mean, like, come on y'all, you can't tell me how K-pop 2020 has had literal bops. I can talk for hours about how much I have loved almost every single comeback or debut this year. Like, seriously, this is the only good thing that has happened in 2020. I felt like back in 2019 K-pop was losing its creative touch, because almost all releases sounded quite similar to each other, and there weren't really a lot of bops. But sweetie, 2020 K-pop came through with amazing creative bops. I just love that this has been half of the year and there has been so many addicting, exciting, and interesting releases, from the title tracks to the B-sides. I hope this type of creativity can continue on. But seriously, 2020 K-pop has got to be one of the best year for K-pop music wise. I'm not saying that Blackpink is not mistreated, because we all know that Blackpink has been mistreated a lot, but people seem to only see that Blackpink is mistreated and not other groups who are literally being mistreated so much, and one of these groups is CLC. In my opinion, CLC is more mistreated than Blackpink. CLC have to be under their younger group Shadow aka G-Idol. This is no hate towards G-Idol, because it's not their fault. but their company Cube Entertainment, look, is almost half of the year and we have gotten no comeback from CLC. They are being left in the dust, as if they weren't nothing. I have only seen Ian, who participated on the show Good Girls, and Sean, who is pretty much posting TikToks. Our girls CLC are being so held back, with no comeback, or even if they get a comeback, they get little promotions, not enough sales, no music show win, or just literally a repetitive low budget comeback. Watching Ian perform on Good Girl just made me see how much potential CLC has as a group to be so big, but they are just being so overshadowed and mistreated. They don't get enough opportunities to showcase how much potential they have. It's super upsetting how K-pop fans don't seem to see how much more mistreated CLC is more than Blackpink. Blackpink at least gets many high quality and good comebacks, but CLC doesn't, and is super upsetting, because CLC has such talented and amazing girls. So what was a really good song but it easily became forgettable for me? Not many people talk about anymore, and to be honest I sometimes forget about this song. If it randomly pops up in my playlist then I will listen to it, because the song is good, but I wouldn't myself play it, because it just was super forgettable in my opinion. I literally remembered the song today, because a YouTuber reacted to it, and I was like, damn, I haven't listened to so what in so long. It had potential to be super memorable, but for some reason something was missing from this song, that it became forgettable. The way they literally have different subunit, and how every subunit brings out their own color is chef kiss. You never know what to expect from NCT, because all of the units have their own touch and color that make their discography so versatile, but they also keep that like futuristic concept that we all know and love from NCT. They always bring out such a different and tasteful comeback that you literally cannot argue with. I love how different and versatile these songs can be, and how every single time they literally slay. You can find any type of genre in NCT discographies, and that's why I think they have one of the best discographies among boy groups. TXT is a 1-year-old group. They are literally baby rookies, and is so amazing. How in my opinion they have such amazing and interesting B-sides is shocking to me. They literally deserve more hype, because their B-sides are always so unique and they just sound so good. Have you heard Eternally? That song has more plot twist than a K-drama, but seriously they have such beautiful B-sides and they deserve more credit on how they are literally producing such tasteful B-sides, and how they already have one of the best B-sides in the industry. You can't argue with that. We all know that SM's literal trash win is to manage, and how they treat their idols, but you can't argue on how they have the best idols in the industry, and how versatile SM groups are. SM finds a way to make their groups fit any concept. They train their groups to be super freaking talented, and how they produce such bops and iconic songs, and how well their groups pull it off, and how distinctive and iconic SM groups are. You can't argue with SM on how they hold legendary groups. SM makes group to have good chemistry with each other, and to mix their talents together. They make such balanced groups, and have such iconic songs, and for me SM groups have the best communication with their fans. We have to admit that SM has a talent on producing such amazing groups, which makes SM be such a big company. I'm actually trusting YG that this year we will finally get to see Blackpink getting their full album and solos. Now you may be thinking that if I'm crazy for trusting that piece of trash, but there's a reason why I'm trusting YG. So apparently YG will be debuting a new girl group this year or maybe next year, I'm not sure. Knowing YG, they will probably start neglecting Blackpink and will be focusing on their new girl group. But since Blackpink is what keeps YG living and gets them their cash, then they will give the fans what they want, which is a full album and solos this year. So then next year we will most likely get nothing from Blackpink, because YG will be a bitch and throw Blackpink away to focus on their new girl group, instead of actually being a good company and invest their time and treat all of their groups fairly. That's why YG will give what fans want this year, and then next year will be unfed with content. Maybe just some photos from the girls on Instagram, and maybe some episodes from Blackpink new reality show 24, 3, 6, 5 with Blackpink. Some Western artists just use K-pop idols for clout, because they just sees them as a trend, and not actually a musical genre. But within the K-pop industry in general, I just really want to see more idols collaborating with each other. Like imagine just seeing stages of idols with other idols, and just leaving us shooketh, and with our wigs snatched. I know some idols have collabed, but not as much. Like I wanna see more idols be free to collab with who they want, to prepare shocking songs and performances, since I feel they will be more comfortable with each other, since K-pop idols are a part of the same industry and work on the same genre, which is K-pop music. But I understand why there aren't as many K-pop idols collaborating, and guess what, is because of some delulu K-pop fans. Once they collaborate they might be shipped with each other to such extremes, to say that they are dating, when they actually may be just friends, or fans will get angry and jealous, because they think they have a chance to be with their idols, and go on and bash them for collabing, because oh my oppa is mine. K-pop fans really need to grow up, and see how much they hold their idols back from every little thing. I'm not saying that members with the vocal position are being overshadowed by those with the dancing position. I'm just stating how in general, all we see is almost every performance of a group focusing on dancing, and dancing, instead of training their idols harder on their vocals, to showcase more their vocal abilities, and make more vocal wise performances, and just in general have more songs with choruses with lyrics, to have their vocals show more than just dancing to an empty beat drop. You can state that a song is song of the year material. There's nothing wrong with that, but just straight up claiming that a song is already song of the year when the year is not even over and there's many more songs to be released is just annoying, because once another song comes out, the one that they were saying is song of the year period, they just leave it for the other song that was released and say that that one is song of the year. Like, make up your mind. Anyways, you can claim a song as song of the year material, because you're not claiming that this song is straight up song of the year when other songs are to be released once the year is almost ending and is award season. Then that's where you can actually go back and say which one is actually song of the year, not straight up say a song is song of the year when the year is not even over. JYP just focuses so much on their girl groups and focuses more on Stray Kids more than GOT7, to be honest. JYP has told JB, who has produced tons of GOT7 songs, that he has to remake the songs he has produced because it doesn't fit GOT7's image. Who freaking cares about image? Let the poor boys create their own music and be more versatile with their music. Like for example, Eclipse's demo is so much better than the original. Eclipse was super boring and forgettable, and not many people stan GOT7 because they think their music is boring, when in reality the music that GOT7 themselves produces are so much better and catchy. But JYP just holds them back. Their fans have to do everything for GOT7 because JYP just doesn't do shit for them. GOT7 should just leave and actually find a agency who cares for them. Not like how JYP neglects them. I will leave a video in the description that discusses more about GOT7's mistreatment. Be sure to watch it and see for yourself how JYP mistreats GOT7. Companies just go with the trend for their rookies and just give them concept that don't even fit the group's actual image. Rookies should at least be allowed to speak up and say what concept can suit them, a concept in which they can show themselves more. When a rookie group doesn't fit the concept that they are assigned with, they tend to not be as successful or just make the song not be fitted well with them, and it will just ruin the vibe of the song. Rookies should be able to feel comfortable with their concept, and for them to expand and be more comfortable and creative with the concept that fits them. I'm not going to sugarcoat things about this industry. As much as I love the music and the idols, this industry is super toxic. K-pop fans can become such different and toxic people. They hate on everything and everyone who shares constructive criticism. They spread such toxicity everywhere. Not only K-pop fans, but even some idols themselves. Some idols can be so freaking toxic, and we just see them as angels. Just look at what happened with the Seungri scandal, and Jimin from AOA bullying her own member Mina, and how much Mina must have been so hurt. But Jimin was also very rude and toxic towards others as well. K-pop idols can be problematic and toxic. Also how some groups look down and be straight up rude to other groups or soloist. And don't even get me started on the companies. Most companies can be so disgusting to not even care about their idols' safety. To treat them like objects or puppets. Just care about the cash. As I said, I love K-pop for their music and how much idols make me smile. But still this industry is very toxic. For some K-pop fans, female idols are more mistreated than male idols, and others think that male idols are more mistreated than female idols. But in my eye both genders are equally mistreated. Female idols have to be just like the standards. If they do something not even that bad they get attacked by fans. They are sexualized and so much more horrible things. But males also have it hard and are also mistreated. They get scolded by their companies for not being perfect. They have to act perfect all of the time. They are fetished by fans. They are forced to do things they don't want to. I will be making a video about this and explain more and more how both females and males are mistreated in this industry. But yeah, they are both mistreated and you guys should see that. For my last opinions, I wanted to close it with this opinions on how idols who are just introverts, I don't know why they have to put on a act and act social. If they aren't really social and just like to be close with who they want to be close with, then that's fine. If they don't communicate much and don't talk much, that's fine as well. They need the time to adjust and to be comfortable. Nobody can force them to put on an act. If they are introverts, then let them be introverts in peace. That doesn't mean that they are cold or are rude or that they are quote unquote bitches. They just feel more comfortable being quiet, and they may feel more comfortable being around their group members than socializing with other people. Alright dear sushes, this is the end of the video. I didn't know this video would be so long, but I guess I did have a lot to say. Anyways, let me know in the comments which opinions do you agree on or those who you disagree with. Please be respectful in the comments. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you all, bye.